This is the Friday Night Letdown. Jonas.
Hey, fuck you, man! Who put this thing together? Me! That's who! Who do I trust? Me!
Dion.
You come with me, I'm at the Plaza Hotel. You're welcome! You're all welcome! Enjoy!
Lonzy.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Yank!
Welcome to the Friday Night Letdown.
Yo, this is the Friday Night Letdown where 5% preparation meets 95% fuck it. I am Jonas, and I am with who?
This is Dion.
And today we got Lonzy here. Lonzy, what's good, my boy?
What's good with everybody? What's good with the world?
Shit, same old nothing. Where you been, man? You done missed a few shows. Where the hell you been?
Working like a slave, just serving everybody, serving our wonderful customers at Brooks Barbecue, located in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. But other than that, just living life, working hard, and been busy.
All right, well, that's fine. Got your little quick shout out. That's cool. We'll get you to do some type of recording here shortly, and we'll just throw that in the show. But since you've been missing, and I know at nighttime when you get a little tipsy, you start sending us your takes from former shows in our group text. So today, what I want to do is I'm going to get my phone, and I'm going to give you 20 seconds on various topics. It's going to be a little rapid fire. Just going to get your little takes out. Boom, 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 boom. So let me get my phone. Let me go get my phone out real quick. Hold on. I'm doing this as we go. I'm not going to show you in the call, so you can't see the time.
No hint whatsoever. Just
no. We just no.
Okay.
No, we just going for broke. I cannot find my timer. Where's the timer at? It's in the calculator, ain't it? How do you? Oh, this is bad. This is bad radio. Where's this shit at?
It's a podcast, but
Old man.
Hey, look at Dion. Dion said something. Oh, here we go. I found it. This is sad. I don't know how to use my own phone. Okay, Dion, you and your mixer, which we will talk about later. Give me some suspenseful music, Dion. Whatever you got. What you got? Okay.
Whoa.
That's suspenseful enough. All right. Dion, can we hear it? Can you turn it up so we can hear it? Are you playing with it? I can't hear nothing, Dion. What happened to it? It's too loud. Okay, that's suspenseful enough. There we go. This is bad way to kick this off. All right, 20 seconds, Lonzy. Hold on. Starting right now. Give me your take on the Mortal Kombat movie. 20 seconds. Go.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. Came in with low expectations, but at the same time, you could tell they wanted to come with something original. I thought it was original. They kind of set up to whereas you had to set up Scorpion somehow, so they're going to bring in the little Cole Young guy that he's a long-time descendant of him. And my biggest take from that is a lot of people were mad that, spoiler alert, Sub-Zero was killed, but at the same
20
time...
20 seconds over with. Try to get out of time.
I did it. Oh boy, here we go. 20 seconds. I'll get faster.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. All right, let's go again. 20 seconds. I'm going to give you 20 seconds on Dallas Cowboy football. 20 seconds. Go.
Dallas Cowboys football. I could keep this real simple. We're not winning as long as Jerry Jones is still alive. Next question.
Oh. All right. I give you some bonus time. So I give you did. That was like 5 seconds. So I'm going to give you 15 more seconds on Mortal Kombat. Go.
And with that being said, Sub-Zero is obviously the new Sub-Zero's older brother. Bohan, I think is his name. Don't hold me to it. But basically, he's going to be in the sequel as Noob Saibot. Can't wait.
Okay, you actually did good there, go. All right, give me 20 seconds on the top Terminators, the actual models, because you're the only person I know that knows the models of the Terminators. 20 seconds on your top Terminators. Go!
I'm not gonna give the models, but at the same time, the T3000, the T100 is Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I'm just gonna say he's the top one. That kind of threw me out the loop. The Liquid Terminator, as he's called in T2, that's my favorite of all time. Okay, not gonna give the model number because I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
T2000, I think is what it is.
Okay, all right, your time's up. All right, I need 20 seconds on Takeover versus Ether. Go.
Takeover versus Ether. When I was in high school, I loved Ether. As I got older, I grew to appreciate Jay-Z's Takeover, but at the same time, Nas's was more disrespectful. Takeover was a better song, better put together track, but Nas was just more disrespectful because he had the comeback element with involved. So
Look at this.
that's that.
Man. All right, you did 20. You did that 20. Are you timing yourself as well? Are you cheating? Are you timing yourself?
No clocks involved. I just see it's 136. That's about it.
All right. You listened to the last show and you did hear Dion's J. Cole take, right?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Okay. Give me 20 seconds on Dion's horrible J. Cole take. Go!
The horrible take. I wouldn't necessarily call it horrible. I see where he's coming from, to whereas J. Cole often sounds great on features, because I love one of my favorite J. Cole features is Fitted Cap, featuring my boy Rick Ross. So I saw where he was coming from, but to call J. Cole boring, I don't know about that, D. I don't.
I said his albums are boring. He's not boring.
Dion, these aren't your takes, Dion. These are Lonzy takes. This is Lonzy. This is the catch-up Lonzy.
But if you say someone makes boring albums, that would make one plus one. That would make that artist boring, right?
He's not boring. His albums are boring. His beats are boring. He sounds better than other people's beats.
He literally sounds like the last show. Like that sounds like he just plugged that in there. What else can I do? What else can we do? What else have we missed? What else have we talked about? Oh man.
20 seconds on the Atlanta Falcons.
Go!
You don't want to start on those Coons. That'll take weeks and months and years, because we love ripping on the Coons. But other than that, I guess they're going to ride with Matty Ice for another year. They took Kyle Pitts, but at the same time, you're still not looking out for your future. Kyle Pitts is your youngest asset. Still got to work on the offensive line. We'll see what happens with the Falcons this year. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, that's good. All right. Do I have anything else? Well, you might be about caught up with everything. D, you can stop our suspenseful music. Oh, shit.
Clap it out.
Okay. Here at the FNL, that's our initials, the FNL. That's cool. Y'all see what I did there, but
I like that.
Here at the FNL, we've been spending a lot of money behind the scenes. I've bought a new supercomputer. Lonzy's bought a new computer. And Dion, he has bought a state-of-the-art mixer, in which now he's been getting on our nerves playing these random sounds, and it's.
I haven't bought anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Dion.
Here we go.
We are now the overproduced douchebag podcast, because Dion has all these useless sounds that he wants to play now. D, how do you feel about your multi-million-dollar mixer you bought? D?
Yeah.
How do you...
I just told you.
So you speaking with your hands now. That's what you want?
I didn't buy anything. Somebody donated this. This didn't come out of my pockets.
Okay. Well, again, you've now made us a douchebag podcast, an overproduced douchebag podcast. That's what we're going for now. So thank you, Dion. Thank you a lot. Just like on the intro, thanks, Dion.
Thank you, D.
Thank you, D. Thank you, D.
Oh man, see, if I had, never mind.
See, this nigga.
You're welcome.
So, well, other than that, what y'all want to get in today? Well, anybody got any topics, anything they want to get off the chest?
Lonzy, what you got?
Anybody really feeling what Russell Westbrook did the other night?
Russell Westbrook. What'd he do? Another triple-double?
He set the record
For triple-doubles?
past the Big O.
Past the Big O. Russell Westbrook and triple-doubles. It's cool. It ain't winning nothing. It's just numbers. He passed the Big O. That's great. It's stats. He's not winning anything. It's just stats on top of stats.
Triple doubles, they don't mean what they used to.
Here we go.
Everybody can get a triple double now. All the numbers are up. Okay, he broke the record, but okay. He's an inefficient scorer. Yeah, they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't want Westbrook on my team. Sorry.
I know pretty much in this day and age it's a watered down stat, but it's still pretty impressive in my opinion, because I don't have the stat in front of me or anything, but I know he had like 22 assists that night. And of course he took over in overtime when Bradley Beal went out the game and was able to pull it off, even though it is the regular season. And who cares about the NBA regular season? So But other than that, I think, like I said, I think it's not a hallowed record, but I think it's still pretty impressive. Even though like everybody looks at him as an inefficient scorer, but it's still an impressive record in my opinion.
You know, Dion got to get out there with those takes. Like, you know, Dion sitting in the house with nobody to talk to, so he has to get out there with that shit he get out there with. But
we're not gonna do that, Joe. Cut it out.
10 teams. Meh.
If LeBron doesn't like it, tell him to come back and play so his team won't be playing it.
Don't he got a high ankle sprain, Dion? Ain't you the same one hollering that it's hard to come back from that?
I'm just joking.
You just that.
But did y'all see that one thing on Twitter where someone pulled up about a month and a half or 2 months ago where LeBron said something about the playing game that it was what it was or something like that. I don't have the direct quote. And then now, of course, he hates it.
Yeah, last year he was all about it, saying, "Oh yeah, it'd be good for these lower teams to play in it." But now that he's in it, he doesn't like it.
I knew Dion would know it.
Of course. But of course, you know, that makes sense when you top dog and you know your foreseeable future, you don't see yourself no lower than the 4th seed. Yeah, it's all shits and giggles into the G. But when you know, like Kobe said, it's a difference when you watching the Sharks on TV and you swimming with the motherfuckers. That's a big difference. So I think that kind of bit LeBron in the ass. It's different. You know, he was watching all them teams from a distance struggling. Now he's swimming with the motherfuckers like, oh, man, this might be a problem now. So shit happens. You know, we all say crazy things. It was at one point in life I thought Juicy J was a better rapper than Jay-Z. So, yeah.
I remember that.
What?
Oh, yes, Dion. This is high school, college. This is when we wasn't talking as much. But Lonzo, you remember them days.
Yes, sir.
You remember. Yes, man. And thinking about that, y'all heard that new Isaiah Rashad joint with Duke Deuce?
Yeah, that's a hard track.
Man, you know, they
like that.
They used that riding in the Chevy sample, and I didn't have to hear the lyrics. When I first turned the song on, the first 10 seconds, I was like, I know this is a banger. I don't need not one lyric. But the song, man, that riding in the Chevy, that's that throwback old 3-6. You got to be a 3-6 Mafia fanatic the way I was and still am. And that's a hard-ass track. That's a super hard track. Like, Lonzo, get a chance, check it out. I think I put in the group text. Check it out. When you hear the sample, Lonzo, you remember, because I used to play riding in the Chevy all the time back in the day. You'll know it when you hear it. So
I'm going to have to check it out. I didn't listen to it yet, but I do know the riding in the Chevy throwback classic 3-6 joint.
There you have it. And, boy, that joint be riding.
Isaiah Rashad has an article, I think it's Fader, I believe, saying where he's been. You read it?
Yeah, it said he was dealing with alcohol and Xanax addictions. So he been through the ringer.
Yeah, it rotted out the inside of his stomach.
Gut messed up. And then in the article, he had said, you know, being out in California, he said, you can get lost out in this bitch, which is true. Like, I was there for 3 days, and I said, I can see how people can end up out here homeless, trying to keep up with the lifestyle out there. California is a different beast. L.A. is a different beast because it's so much you can do. You can just walk outside and do anything. It ain't like here in the South where we at, where you got to go places or you got a few things where you at. Everything is there. The beach, the movies, you just rent a supercar, bitches. It's everything there. You know, it's Atlanta and everything on steroids. So I can understand. And if you got any type of clout out there where people recognize you, it's over with. So I can understand his story. I read it, and it's a pretty good article about where he been, and he just got caught up in the lifestyle. It came from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Los Angeles. That's a change. That's a big change in life. So that makes sense.
It's like they say in the 80s with so many bands and, well, different musical genres of people that want to get a part of that Hollywood lifestyle. You start off on Sunset Strip, end up on Skid Row.
Easy. And they're not all, and everything is super close out there. It's just the traffic sucks, but everything is close to get to. So Skid Row and Sunset, that's a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive, maybe. It's a different life out there. And plus, you know, marijuana's legal out there now. So, you know, the rappers, I know they go crazy out there.
That's a good thing for them.
Yeah, big time. You can't get in as much trouble. And the traffic is better because, well, it's not better because it's congested, but people let you get over because everybody seems like they high out there. So that's a plus. You can get off the highway and try to get over and exit and don't really have any issues because it seems like everybody about high as hell. So it ain't like Atlanta traffic where, you know, you're trying to get over and somebody on your tail beeping at you, ready to fight. It ain't that type of party. So that's a plus.
Atlanta traffic's the worst.
Talk about it, D. Speak on it. Speak on Atlanta traffic, D. 20 seconds, go.
It's just bad. Always construction, all the lanes blocked every day. It's horrible. People won't let you over. People looking at their phone, not looking ahead. It's bad.
Just all around bad. Well, I know it's always accidents when I come to Atlanta. It's always an accident everywhere. But like you said, if everybody looking at their phones and driving aggressive, that'll happen. That's acceptable.
I can see, glancing down, looking at your phone, but just riding and you're looking down at the phone, just riding. Come on, man.
Too much. Too much.
Well, if anything, they're probably setting up their Spotify playlist while they riding. Changing tracks.
Texting, they doing something
all at once.
Put it on shuffle, you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it on Spotify. Throw that thing on shuffle and let that thing ride and call it a day. Do y'all think women and men should make the same in sports?
Ooh.
I'll let y'all handle that.
He's gonna sit that out.
Take some time to think about it.
I'd say about 8 years ago, this would be an easy one, but things have changed. Movements have changed. All right. It's layers to it. All
right, I'll jump off the porch. I'll come out. Okay, I'll jump out off the porch first. This is my thoughts on this situation. Okay, I have. Okay, let me get this straight so I don't come off the wrong way on the front end. Okay, yes, I'm for equality for everybody: black, white, short, tall, big, small, whatever. But this is what I look at when they talk about the equal pay. The thing I see with the men and women sports, the biggest thing I see is the promotion. And so I think before we ask the question, should they be paid the same? Why aren't they promoted the same? Should be the first thing. Because we see how the men's sports get pushed. ESPN, big money. NFL, big money. The contracts, the TV contracts. The women's sports don't get those same contracts. So why aren't they being promoted? That's my first question. Like, why is the promotion there? But again, like I said, they should be. But y'all seen that thing where the picture of Sue Bird and LeBron, they got like their stats. Y'all seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So with that, their stats and all their accomplishments are about the same. But the thing I see is, I know if we've seen LeBron leave teams and the whole economy changes to where he goes and the economy changes. Yeah. And everything my family in Cleveland said when he came, the city itself came alive. The downtown area, came alive with new business and things. Dan Gilbert started opening all these casinos up in Cleveland. And when he left, the downtown area took a drop in business when he left. And so my question is, if Sue Bird was to leave where she plays, does that same thing happen where she plays? And I'm not, I don't want to say the answer is yes or no on some douchebag, like a jerk type shit, but that's why I guess they don't make the same money, because first the promotion and the sports, the money they put behind the men's sports compared to the women's sports.
Well, the thing is, with you bringing that up about Sue Bird, what's interesting about that fact is I listened to 30 for 30 podcast. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about I think it was a Russian billionaire who was all into women's basketball is big time overseas. So where there's a free agent acquisition or move stateside, whenever it happens over in Russia and say Europe, they get paid 3 times as much as they make in the WNBA, that's why they're over there playing overseas. But literally, it is a big time. When Diana Taurasi signed, I can't think of the name of that team. When she signed overseas to that Russian billionaires team, it was a big thing. They had a press conference, rolled out the red carpet for them, because they had her. I want to say was it Sue Bird on that team too, and somebody else I can't remember. But at the same time, what's interesting about that article is the man was involved with the Russian mafia and he got gunned down in the streets. It's a whole nother story behind that. So it's a good listen. But the promote and with you speaking about the promotion that women's athletes do not get over here, it is a totally different story overseas, especially for female basketball players. I mean, they roll out the red carpet. There's celebrities over there constantly signing autographs. They don't have to worry about how they're going to put together their travel arrangements. You ever saw that whole thing when Derek Fisher took over and he showed what they were going through? They don't have to worry about that overseas. Like, they are treated like the cream of the crop, which they deserve to be, because I know you can have a male female anatomy type of thing when it comes to, whereas men are going to be bigger, stronger, faster, but at the same time when it comes to the talent and the effort and the preparation that you put towards, that's equal in my opinion. And also, if you look at the NCAA tournament this year for men's and women's men's and women's NCAA tournament, the women's tournament for me was better. They had the best game all around with Baylor and Connecticut. That was better than any game than in the men's tournament. So with that being said, the women's college basketball game is evolving. It's getting a lot better. You couldn't say that, say, 20 years ago, which I think people can agree with. You can look at my pops. That's all he watches is women's college basketball. That's all he watches. And I watch it for myself. I'm like, those ladies go hard. So in time, it'll get better. But you made a good point when it comes to the promotion. Like, when you've got big bucks backing you, you can't lose. The big money is not going to get behind it just yet.
So basically, like overseas, I guess, so when the men go overseas, it's kind of like them taking an L because you couldn't make it in the NBA. But then when the women go over there, they getting paid.
Yeah, because they're appreciated over there. I think it's been like that forever, but they appreciate them more over there. They treat them like how they should be treated over here.
So it's deeper rooted then. That's deeper rooted into just America itself then.
Look at the movie Love and Basketball when she, and that was before, during the timeline of the movie before the WNBA was established. And I do remember in the 90s when when the WNBA was created, it was that was a big deal. We finally got our league. We don't have to worry about going overseas. But at the same time, it didn't take off. And I don't think, and like I said, I think it's part of the promotion, but you were still coming off of, I think, the 96 Olympics with the women's basketball team. Shout out to Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Dawn Staley. I remember meeting them, when they came down to Columbus to play the exhibition game, and those ladies were hooping big time. But it's just, for some reason, nobody got behind it. It was We Got Next. I remember all that when I was a kid, but everybody was watching it, but nobody just got behind it. And I think that has to do with your billionaires, your big money, not wanting to support it.
Again, like I said, it's deeper rooted. These people with that money, bigots, racists, all those type things, Donald Sterling type shit. So
shout out to Donald Sterling.
Shout out to Donald Sterling, man. One of the greatest races we've ever had, man. One of the greatest races we've ever had.
Could he be top 5? But I guess you got to have a modern era when it comes to races. But could he be top 5?
You're much more skilled in this area. Give me your top 5 living races that we know of. Can you name that?
I had to say that for another time.
Like, okay, well, we got Donald Sterling. Who else you got? Like, do you have any more known top races? Just spitball it real quick off the top of your head. Just anybody.
Who's the owner of the Houston Texans?
Dead or alive?
I can't think of his name. He'll be number 2.
You said the owner of the Texans?
Who was that?
The former owner of the Houston Texans that just passed away. Not Bud Adams. What's his name? I'll put him in there. I'm talking about in our modern era, to where, social changes going on. They still were holding on to those ideals.
Let's see. What'd you say his name was?
It might not be. It's not Bud Adams. What is his name?
Is his last name McNair?
Bob McNair.
Bob McNair. Okay,
so he's the one that came out and said we need to get some order in the yard.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Single-handedly was the reason why DeAndre Hopkins said, "I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Okay, that's why he won out. See, D, that's why I tell you, that's what we need, Lonzy. Look how all that, Deion, you ain't did nothing in the last 10 minutes. You haven't said anything.
I'm letting Lonzy cook,
That's his first show. You clearing it out for him, being a good teammate.
Yeah.
You just standing in the corner waiting for your time to pull up.
Yeah, you know how I do.
All right, D. Well, give us something. Give us one of our favorite Donald Sterling hits, D. Let's play the hits real quick. Let's go.
Wait, hold on. We have to give some context about these.
We gonna do it. Play it.
Yes.
You play it first, and then
because it's disrespectful to Magic Johnson.
No, it's not, D.
Gotta give some context.
Okay, give some context. Okay.
No, come on.
We don't have the clout to be playing this and laughing at him.
Yes, we do. It's fun.
No, we don't.
He got a point, but doing it Joe's way is way more funnier.
All right, Lonzy, give a quick rundown of Donald Sterling. Go.
Donald Sterling, he owned the Clippers, and to keep it real short, he bought the Clippers for dirt cheap back like in the 70s and whatever. They were a joke, but at the same time, he wanted to be an NBA owner. Good friends with the late Dr. Jerry Buss, so you can see what was going on with that. Whole nother story with him owning a bunch of housing development projects in LA. That's a whole nother story. But he was the owner of the Clippers. And long story short, he was racist.
He got caught up with the silly rabbit girl. He got caught up with her.
Had him a mistress, V Stiviano, wearing the welder's mask. I guess you could call it fly if you want to, but other than that, he was talking cold cash shit about Magic Johnson. She secretly, recorded him on her phone. He didn't know it. The man's in the 70s and 80s. How is he going? He don't know about that technology. And he was just getting his thoughts out there about what he felt about Magic Johnson.
And so it came out. The NBA just took his team. Didn't he still get paid? He still got paid, right?
He got
$2 billion to sell his team. And he bought it for like 150, not even 100 million, maybe 50 million.
He got his money back. And so they took his team from him. Yada, da, da, da. He took his team. And his apology tour, of course, come on, man, this isn't new news. It's just Deion making us do this to get to the punchline. He goes on, instead of apologizing, he gets on TV with Anderson Cooper, and he just goes off on Magic Johnson. Now, Deion, give me the goods, please.
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson, what has he done?
Well, he's a business person.
He's got AIDS. Did he do any business? Did he help anybody in South LA?
Well, I think he has HIV. He doesn't actually have full-blown AIDS. But.
Well, what kind of a guy goes to every city, has sex with every girl, then he catches HIV? And is that someone we want to respect?
That is just cartoonishly funny. Like, it's nothing funny.
Highly disrespectful to Magic Johnson.
But
Very
still,
disrespectful.
but it's so racist. Like Dave Chappelle said, you ever see something so racist, all you can say is that's racist or it's fucked up, true indeed. But you got to find the humor in that. This is an old man supposed to be apologizing, and he just going off on Magic Johnson still. That's not fun. That's you can't write that type shit, man. You can't. There's no skit, there's no movie for that. D, give me the short one. Just give me the short punchline. Go.
He's got AIDS.
It's nothing fun.
There it is.
Highly disrespectful.
And for those who don't know, Magic Johnson does not have AIDS. He's HIV positive.
He got financial AIDS. That's what he got. Magic Johnson has financial AIDS.
He's got AIDS.
Did y'all ever see the South Park episode that spoke on that basically?
No.
I haven't watched South Park since season 2.
Still a diehard fan. But basically, what happened was Cartman went to get his tonsils removed. They accidentally infected him with HIV.
Oh, wow.
So Cartman has HIV. Kyle makes fun of him. Cartman sneaks into his room at night. And injects.
I think you showed me that episode.
Gives Kyle HIV. So Cartman finds out about Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson has been living with HIV for years. He's the key. He's the key. We just have to find Magic Johnson. So they go out there and meet Magic Johnson. He finds it really heartwarming that these two kids have HIV and they're trying to discover a cure. And so they ask him, well, what is your secret? You've been living with it for all these years. Well, I'm not sure, but and so he goes into his room, and his room is just stacked with tons and 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 tons of cash. You can't even walk in there. And so Cartman realizes this, and they ask him, why you have all your cash in here? Oh, I don't trust banks. So the scientists get a hold of the cash. They ground it in. They find out that the cure for HIV is to inject yourself with tons and tons of concentrated cash.
Hello.
They took it, grounded it in, made an antidote for it. And that's how they said it was a cure for HIV. Tons and tons of concentrated cash.
It makes sense. I remember Paul once said up under all them Magic Johnson theaters are little labs. And that's how they just working around.
Oh, come on.
I didn't make this joke. Paul said this, man.
That's a good joke.
All
right, D. I need one more sound. Give me the one we always laugh at. The other one. What's the other sound? Just play the sound, man.
He made love to every girl in every city in America, and he had AIDS. And when he had those AIDS, I went to my synagogue and I prayed for him. I hoped he could live and be well.
You can't say that's not funny when he had those AIDS.
Horrible.
He was sincere at the end. He went to a synagogue and he prayed and hoped that he could be well. His intentions were good.
D, you can't say that ain't funny. D, you don't find that funny, Deion?
He's got AIDS.
Flawless execution.
Horrible.
That's why you keep playing it. Why?
Beard of the mind, Joe.
Flawless execution.
Jeez.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I can't breathe, man. Marvel. Have y'all been watching any of the new shows, the WandaVision, the Falcon Winter Soldier? What's y'all thoughts on that? Lonzy, kick it off.
WandaVision, in my opinion, I think those were for the diehard Marvel fans because of so much that they threw in there to, get people thinking, get all the message boards and the bloggers pretty much talking about all their theories and stuff. That's a whole nother thing. Don't want to get into the specifics, no spoilers or anything. But WandaVision was a treat for all the diehard Marvel fans, comic book, MCU, and they set up so many possibilities, but they still kept it. Kevin Feige already said that, he's got his own vision, MCU, comics, draw inspiration from it. But at the same time, there was so much hype behind it because the diehard Marvels got behind it after the first 2 episodes, and that's what made it a hit because people who did not know anything about any of the lore or any of the comic book stuff, or even as, just Easter eggs within the whole MCU and in the Marvel comics as well, they were even tuning in to try to see, hey, what is this whole thing about WandaVision? Because I remember people that I know were talking about it, from saying that it was on Good Morning America. They were covering WandaVision, and it became a hit. So that's that without getting into any, that's a whole nother podcast and whatnot. Just spend your whole time talking about WandaVision. You can find all those everywhere. WandaVision was more for the diehard fans. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was more like, say, an extended MCU movie that everybody can go see. There wasn't no really hidden fun facts. On probably the only couple of them that you could see would be like with, say, the new Captain America. Most comic book fans will recognize him as U.S. agent. He eventually becomes U.S. agent. So that was pretty much obvious from the beginning. His sidekick, what was his name? Black guy. Get his name every single time.
Oh shit, what's dude's name? I can't even think of his name in the comic book.
I forget it every single time. Other than that, new Steve Rogers and his sidekick that was supposed to be like Steve and Bucky back in the day. And so that was a little thing they threw in there that was obvious. But the one difference from WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming into being the next miniseries on Disney Plus is the big budget action sequences that they included in the show. It was like watching a MCU movie, especially from the first episode. You kicking it off with Falcon, going and going up against the French guy. I can't think. He was in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, that movie. MMA fighter, can't think of his name.
GSP.
Yep, there you go, George St. Pierre, and he's getting his acting chops up and everything. So he's setting himself up for his second career. Shout out to GSP, one of the greatest of all time. But I say one of the good things about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, without spoiling anything, is that they made it very clear that they were going to get off topics that's affected this world. Social topics that's definitely going on in this world today. I.e., without spoiling anything, kind of hard to be a black man to go get a loan out the bank if you ain't got the big bucks behind you. They kind of make an allude to that. Even though it doesn't matter who you are, if you ain't got the money, we ain't gonna help you out. You ain't got no guarantee of paying you back. We're not gonna look out for you off good faith. They touch on that. They touch on some not big time racism, but they do touch on racism in there, which I thought was pretty cool. And comic book fans were able to see one of the old super soldiers from back in the day who happened to be black. They included him in there. I thought that was cool. So I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was more grounded towards, real issues that's going on today. Even stuff that's going on overseas, how people feel about America, what's going on in America, even with law enforcement, even though they didn't include law enforcement, but they included a guy who was basically the symbol of law enforcement, supposed to be patriotism, law and order, and he kind of, really crossed the line during the series without spoiling anything. So they touch on a lot of social stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. So other than that, both series, shout out to Kevin Feige, Marvel's doing their thing.
Told you, D. Look at all that. Neither one of us would ever had any.
Honestly, good at this.
He's real good. He's better than us. He's much better than us. We just two jackasses saying goofy shit. But
Yeah.
just hoping that something sticks to the wall. But dude name is Battlestar. His name was Lamar.
Battlestar. There you go.
Battlestar.
Yeah, that's why. That's why Bucky was giving them the meme mug during while they were riding together. It's like, nigga, you not me.
But the WandaVision, it was. Of course, I tell everybody off the muscle, the first 2 episodes are rough. But once you get out, once you get through it, it turns into some X-Files type feel. So it's very good once you get past those first 2 episodes. And It gets you drawn in, and I'm not a fan of week to week, watching stuff like that. I'm used to everything being thrown up there for you. But it had my attention, and Lonzo, I think you hit on everything with Captain America. I want to call him Captain America is at the end. Spoiler alert, to change the name of the title of the show at the end. But
which was dope.
Everybody's seen it. Ain't no spoilers.
Oh, thank you, Dion. Thank you.
Well, it's on Twitter, so.
Okay, so even better. So no spoiler.
Yeah, they changed the Twitter handle.
So it's just dope. Like you said, a black man trying to get a loan, and we know who you are, but you still ain't got no money. Even if in the bins, you're still a nigga in the coop, so... there you have it.
What did y'all think about this new suit?
It was cool.
Somebody had did like some fan art of it or whatever, and they tried to change it up a little bit because I remember when it leaked a while back, like some concept art, and it's pretty much the same. But I know in the comic books, he's a little bit taller, but everybody in the comic books is tall, so that's that. But other than that, like I said, I like the suit.
Yeah, there was a lot of people online saying it looked like a clown suit and they didn't like it. I mean, it was all right to me.
I had no problem with it. Like I said, Kevin Feige, you ain't gonna turn around and have look at the Winter Soldier how his suit look. You're gonna stick to it. It almost be to the point to whereas if you've been wearing an arm sleeve, since you were a rookie, then all of a sudden you decide that you're gonna switch it up and wear some wear a elbow pad instead of that arm sleeve. Whatever, especially with athletics, whatever gear that you wear, you're pretty much gonna wear that gear your whole career. It might evolve or anything like that, but at the same time, you're not gonna get away from what you know. So it's not gonna be like that. It still looks like the same suit that he wore from the Winter Soldier, except it was stripped down to where all he had was some robotic wings on his back. But now he's got the full-fledged, stars and stripes. He's got the shield. It's got to be like the original, kind of what he's used to. It'll be stupid for them to have. I guess a lot of people would say, well, he need to come out with a straw man. He need to come out with a black suit and look more like Captain America. I'm like, nah, just put on the red, white, and blue. I got the shield. And it's got to be what he's used to.
Yeah, right, D.
Yeah. Lonzo, give me 20 seconds on the Auburn Tigers.
We'll give you a full minute. Take a full minute. Go.
Okay, real quick. As long as Nick Saban is running a professional team right down from where I am in Tuscaloosa, we can only do the best that we can. I know we got the guy from Boise State, the coach. I still don't know what his name is. But, hey, as long as Nick Saban is up there, we're the little brother to Alabama. I'm an Auburn fan. I'm a diehard Auburn fan. But I'm going to call a spade a spade. As long as Nick Saban is in charge at University of Alabama, and you could get players from, if you had a crop of players over there in freaking Europe, they're coming to Alabama. Because guess what? He will get you in the first round.
Enough said. He hit on the head with that. Enough said. Players from Europe
drafted in the first round.
Niggas from Europe, Lonzo. If you got niggas in Europe, they coming to Bama, bro.
If they knew how to play football, American football.
Cause Saban gonna do what?
Get you drafted in the first round.
Yeah, he ain't lying.